There we go. So we have the recording. This is a webinar class slash lecture slash study group slash gathering mindsets. This is really slash no bullshit therapy. We're going to try to heal the wound with money. This is the topic of this webinar. I want you guys to really keep in mind, this is absolutely not it's not an heresy. So it's not going to be me telling you what to do to heal the wound, but it's mostly everything that I'm going to share. It's based on my experience. So I'm going to share with you what worked with me. And then, you see if you relate, you see if you resonate. We're going to have discussion. We can really chat with one another. The goal is to move together in this direction for abundance and heal any wound we can have with money. So if it sounds good to you, you can stick around. And if you're not happy with that, you know the red button and you can just leave. Very simple. Cool. All right. Another thing that I want to say, all of you who are watching the recording, you can always comment below, leave question below, even for you guys. If you don't have question coming right now, but you have question later, the recording will be in the hub. So you can always go and, leave questions, comments, and we can always come back to that. The recording will be in the section, under the section of digital nomad, cryptocurrency. So in this part, this is where you guys can find the recording. All right, let's start. Healing the wound with money. This is a topic that I really, really like, by the way. I'm going to share with you the full screen so you guys can also see. There we go. Here we have the full screen, and you guys can see here body graph. So this is my body graph, so you guys can see also where it is coming from. This is a month that is based on the topic of money. I don't know if you guys took the time to listen to the audio from Ra on money and watch the video. So we have self-study audio that are available under the section, of studying, and it's all about money this month. Something to show you. This is the full stream of capitalism. It starts here in the 54, 32, 44, 26 here, and then it goes 21, 45. This is the full stream of the capitalism, the entrepreneur. This is the money stream. Okay, so whatever channel that you have in this spot, you are genetically designed to either money, entrepreneur, capitalism. That's what this stream, those channels are about. The 5432 is the channel of transformation. This is where we find the most spiritual, mundane aspect of the design. In the 54 gates, fourth line, we have the darkening of the light, which is, let me be accurate on that. Let's look at the I Ching together. Root, where is the root here? So the 54, which is the marrying mundane, the gate of drive, and here. Fourth line, enlightenment and darkment. Here's the most mystical of position. There is neither an exaltation nor detriment, for in truth, they are the same. All right? So this is where we find the fuel for transformation at its pure level. It's here, at its purest level. This is where we find the beginning of the stream that is fuel for money. Okay, so when we look at the body graph, that's where the beginning of the stream of money, the entrepreneur, the capitalism starts, here with the 54 in the fourth line. Then we have different lines in the body graph that will, show us some good aspect of entrepreneur, money, capitalism. I don't want to go too far on that. This is BG5, OC16 in the design, but we have this aspect here. So the 59.6, which is extremely strong for everything that is being a CEO, for being a CEO of a company, being, entrepreneur, capitalism, good business owner, the 55 sorry, the 59.6 here. Then we have the 14.2. The 14.2, and if we look at the 14 hexagram, okay, that is in the sacral, where is it here? So the 14 hexagram says possession in great measure, the gate of powerful skill. But if we look at the first line, what do we have? Money isn't everything. The recognition that wealth has its own problems. The lust for luck tempered by higher principle. The key to manifesting power is higher principle. I want you to remember that, because that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about spiritual entrepreneur, spiritual way of bringing money and abundance. So how we can heal the wound is by actually realizing that the key for manifesting power is higher principle. So we're going to go back to the inner sense, and based on the inner sense, we're going to see that money will come to us. Okay, so I'm breaking down here my logic, so for you guys to see if you can follow my logic as well. So feel free, if you have questions, you know, you pop in the chat and you say, Ben, I don't understand, it doesn't make sense, or whatever, and then I repeat. Okay, so when we look at the hexagram, the foundation for power, the power of the great, the gate of power, you know, that is really possession in great measure. So the gate 14, the gate of the power skills, it's here. First line, the foundation is money isn't everything. Then we go into what? Management. The wisdom that investing in expertise brings rewards. Investing in ourselves. The key to power lies in not trying to be and do everything alone. Then we go into the third line, service, the utilization of talent and wealth for the highest good. The key to power lies in selfless contribution to others. Then we go into security, the concentration on establishing a strong foundation. The key to power lies in developing skills to ensure a strong foundation. Arrogance, and then humility, wealth and power, and its most exalted. For the sixth line, the enlightened recognition that material success is God's will. Remember this one, the enlightened recognition that material success is God's will. Spirituality as the key to acceptance and the source of power. This is very profound. Everything that we need is actually here in the body graph. Either you have it defined or not, it's here. It's in our body graph. I don't have the gate 14, but I'm receptive. I'm receptive to this gate. I don't have it, so I'm receptive. What I have is the 4426. The 4426 is the salesperson, the director, and the manager of sales. So you're going to see I'm extremely good at selling you things. So we're going to move a little bit forward, and then you guys will see how it's all playing together. The first thing that I want to share with you when it comes about healing the wounds with money. By the way, this is a very nice picture of me. I really like it. It was Kuala Lumpur, 2018. When I lived in Asia, I was teaching business in Kuala Lumpur. So I was actually working on my laptop from my apartment room. And I was doing a lot of seminar on business and ethic business. So having a very fulfilling life and having the joy of doing what we do, and then the money was just the reward. The money was secondary. But that's the first things that I want to share with you, is that money comes from the joy of purpose. Not joy and purpose come from money. And you can really take a picture or write this down, because that's something that really was life-changing for me when I realized all of this was so aligned with my body graph, my design as a generator. Remember, if you guys saw or watched the video that I put on the money course, Ra really talk about that. Generators, we don't work for money. We work for the pleasure of working. And as a result, we get satisfied, we get the satisfaction, and the physical manifestation of this satisfaction can be money. That's the reward for us. We make money through the not self or with the wisdom, and I'm going to show you that. That's one of the things that Ra was really like, he really didn't want to teach the course on money, because one way of making money is through the not self. And I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you what he means by that. And I'm also going to show you, based on your body graph, how with wisdom you can make a lot of money. For that, you need to also understand it is one, not all, but it is one of many physical manifestations of an abundance vibration. So it is basically a mindset. That's what it is. It is just a mindset. And where do we find this? We find this in the hexagram 55. I repeat in a different way. Money comes from the joy of purpose. At the moment you find what really excites you, which is when you align with your sacral, if you're generators, if you're manifesting generators, and you respond and you have this energy. For those of you who did the level 1, so you guys know we have 3 levels at the moment. Level 1 is living your design. Level 2 is the Rev ABC. Level 3 is the cartography. So when you do the level 1, we go through the sacral center, and we see the sacral center is the power to fertilize. That's what generators are. We fertilize. When we engage our energy in something that truly satisfies us, that we feel truly excited of it. We have this joy, we have this energy, it's here, we are available for it, we want to do it, and there's really this yes. What are we doing? We're fertilizing something. That's when money comes, from the joy of purpose. Not joy and purpose will come from money. If you do something only for the money, it's nice. You may going to be very rich, but it will still be this emptiness, this bitterness in the mouth. You know, the taste of life. It's like, okay, well, I'm very successful. I have this big fancy house. It's nice. I have a lot of money to do all the activities that I really like, and I love my weekends. But then on a Monday morning, when you go back to the office, or when you have to go work, it's not really satisfying. There's something missing, right? So I don't want to be too preachy on that. I hope you understand the sentence. Why do we make money through the not self? If you guys again listen to the audio, Ra is explaining all of that in way more depth. So I don't want to bother you too much with this, and I don't want to go too in depth with this. Go listen to the audios. But so far, every open center that I have in my design are wisdom potential. They are also what we call profit potential. I'm going to make money through the not self. I explain. Let's take the head, which is the biggest market ever on the planet. What is the not self of an open head? Say it loudly so you guys know that. What is the not self of an open head? Thinking about things that don't matter. What is the theme? Inspiration, mental pressure, doubt, confusion, and question. Let's stick with inspiration. Let's see the not self question. Am I trying to answer everybody else's questions? With this, we have a profit potential. I explain. Today, the biggest market in the world is about selling you what? Inspiration. Having an inspiring life, an inspiring relationship, an inspiring purpose, an inspiring job, and driving an inspiring car. When you turn on the TV, what do you have? Everyone is trying to sell you something through inspiration. Look at this fancy car, the feelings of having the car, the clothes, the fashion industry, the movie industry, the music industry, the health food, the diet, all those coaching programs and all those coaches and healing and stuff. And it's all about trying to sell you inspiration to what? Have a better life. You guys follow me? This is the biggest profit potential. Do you understand why we make money through the North Self now? Or how we make money through the North Self? Do you understand why I didn't want to teach this class? Basically, you have to be really, really fucked up if you want to make tons of money. You really have to live your North Self life. And guess what you get? You get rewards. Everyone gonna be, yeah, you made 10 millions this month and you're so fucked up. Yeah, you know, and you have rewards. I mean, look at the CEO of Amazon, 380 billions, and we are 8 billions of people. 380 billions, and we are 8 billions of people. I mean, there's something weird here. So this is how, through the North Self, you can look at your body graph and you can actually sell, or you can actually make money. You can actually find what really excites you. So for example, I'm going to share with you how I'm making money with my my body graph. My biggest conditioning is my solar plexus, avoiding confrontation and truth. Avoiding confrontation and truth about what? About myself. Avoiding confrontation and truth. If I look my incarnation cross is the cross of prevention. My sun is the gate of the behavior. My North Self, so listen here, how you can connect. You can do the same, and we can take someone for example. But look at here. My cross is here to prevent me. My North Self was here to make me avoid the confrontation and the truth, for me to live the right behavior for myself. So my North Self is here to prevent me to live the right behavior for myself. So I was always avoiding confrontation and truth with myself because I was afraid to be myself. I was afraid to see the truth about myself. So I was living a North Self life. But at the moment, I started to face confrontation and truth with myself. I started to realign again here through the extreme, my earth, through the correct behavior for myself, living out my purpose through my profile. So being a sixth line, embodying the knowledge, being my own leader first. All of this started to change. And now I can make profits, or I can actually attract money on a vibrational level because I'm aligned with my purpose, which is, you know, I'm telling people, hey, be careful. Stop avoiding confrontation and truth about yourself. Be correct for yourself. You know, find the right behavior between your extreme. And that's what I'm doing. Then my total open throat. This is a very hard market, by the way, the throat, open throat, very difficult market. Everyone is trying to get attention from everyone. But here I can show people how they can communicate wisely, manifest wisely, materialize wisely, speaking and doing wisely, communicating, expressing themselves. What's the throat? Expression. It's a wisdom potential, and that's a profit. So every open centers are where you can make money in a not self way or in a very self way, in a wisdom way. So that's your profit. When you really align, and it goes back to here, money comes from the joy of purpose. I love making music. When I go play music, I'm on stage, I'm attracting attention. I have so much attention. I can make money. I can inspire people through what? One of my channels, the channel of the rhythm, a design of being in the flow. So I can inspire people to dance, to express open throat, to express themselves through music, through dancing. Do you guys see? So you have to take your body graph and to look at it as well, and to start dancing, actually playing the music of your channel, of your open centers. And that's where you're going to align. And then obviously, if you're a generator, just respond. Go back to the joy of purpose. If you're a projector, same, go back to the joy of purpose. What is the signature for projector? Success. What is the success? Is when you are invited, but you are invited based on your channels. So basically the success is to get an invitation, a recognition, a correct invitation and recognition from someone who see you based on your channels. Projector, they are recognized for their channels. Generator, they are recognized and invited for their energy, for their sacral energy to go build something, to go work hard on something, because that's what we love. So we respond. We are asked if we are available right now to fertilize and to build something that is so exciting for us. But projector, they are recognized, they are invited to be guided. And at the moment they can guide someone, that's success for them. They feel like, wow, I feel my life, I have so much purpose. I'm guiding this generator to reach satisfaction. I'm so excited, right? That's what it is for projectors. So does it make sense? Money comes from the joy of purpose. No joy and purpose come from money. Money will always, 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 always be secondary. We make money through the not self or the wisdom potential. Does it make sense to you? I hope I gave you a good example with my body graph. We can come back to this if you want a little bit later. Another things. It is one, not the only one, but it is one of many physical manifestations of an abundance vibration. I explain. In 2016, when I lived in London, I was at this business school taking classes in Oxford University and also private business training and all of that. And I really wanted to challenge myself to get rid of the fear of scarcity. I'm someone who is coming from very average family. I don't want to say poor, because we never ever lack of anything, but it was very poor mindset. My mom was really vibrating scarcity. She has an open spleen, so she was always terrified about lacking, so always holding on everything. And I really wanted to let go on that. So I did, you know, in Europe, we have the Santiago de Compostela, which is a walk. You know, you walk to find the faith, and it starts in France and you end up in Spain to the church, and it's a big, 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 big walk. So I did something pretty similar. I flew to Georgia, the country, and I hitchhiking back to London. It took me 7 weeks, and I went there without any credit card, debit cards, nothing. I just grabbed my passport, 400 euros in cash, and I was like, my backpack, and I was like, I need to get rid of the fear, and I really need to find faith in life that there is abundance here, that we are abundance, that life gonna provide for me. In Spanish, we call it the providencia, which is the providence. I don't know if it's English, but the providence that life will always bring to you. And I wanted also to trust my aura, to realize that my aura as a generator will always attract to me everything that I need. So I did that. And through this journey, I really realized that abundance doesn't even come only with physical money, but it comes through so many different things. And I give you an example. You need a car because your car just broke and someone gonna lend you a car. You need something, and boom, someone is like, hey, by the way, I have this, I have an extra, here's for you. you need a jacket and someone give you a jacket. You need a ski pass and boom, someone give you a ski pass. You're hungry and suddenly your friend call and say, hey, I buy you dinner. Or, you know, all those kind of things. That's abundance. We usually have those expectations of, I want the money because it brings us security, to see the physical evidence of money in the bank accounts. But life can be so much abundance and it doesn't have to be money. When I lived in Thailand for almost a year, I was living with not even $500 a month, but I was in so much abundance. Now you're going to tell me, well, $500 in Thailand, it's a lot. Yes, I agree. But always I had people buying me things and bringing things to me. Even then, when I came back from my trip and I hitchhiking back to London, I was feeling way more comfortable and I could see the physical evidence, manifestation of an abundance vibration. And then I realized I had so much joy and I wasn't focused anymore on making money because I was afraid of lacking, but I was just doing really what brings me joy. And then the money was flowing. And a few years later, that's kind of when I started my profession in human design. I'm only a professional since 2019, by the way. Before that, I was experiencing design, but I wasn't interested at all of becoming a teacher. I was like, I don't care. I don't want to deal with people's shit or whatever. Leave me alone. You know, I was like, let me do something different. All right, so any questions, comments, observations so far with what I've just shared with you, and you're going to see it really makes sense for the next step. No? You guys are good? Okay, fine. Okay, cool. I'll continue. So, few little keynotes, and then I share with you those exercise. The language of money. The first things, as everyone knows here, money is a frequency and it's an energy and it has a very own specific vibration. It's your it has a specific vibration, it has a specific language. And the money comes to people who are in alignment with money. And obviously, the first things, if you want to make money, and it's fine with that, it's absolutely fine. I love money today. I really like making money because it brings me contribution. The more I can make money, the more I have contribution. I can create things, I can give back, I can, it's really amazing. So the first step to make money or have money is to want money. You have to want money in your life and you have to forget about the how. And that the specific vibration that I find out with money is that the more I'm thinking, how can I make, I'm blocking the process. And if I let go on the how, then I can see money flowing in my life in so many different ways. I have so many different streams of income and it's just flowing in so many different ways. That's what I realized. It is first a mindset of abundance, and abundance can manifest itself in so many forms, as I just shared with you previously. And look at the hexagram 55, the gate of spirit. If we look at the emotional center, the splenic, the solar plexus, gate 55, abundance, the gate of spirit. What it says, abundance is strictly a question of spirit. That's what it is. The first step, first line, cooperation, then distrust, then innocence, assimilation, growth, and selfishness. Ultimately, is the selfishness, is the feeling. This is coming out of the emotional center. The emotional center is all about what? Feelings. So the specific vibration that is linked with money, it's about your mindset. And it's here, and I'll show you again, abundance is strictly a question of spirit. That's it. That's what this gate means. And it says Can I read it? No, here, I think if I go here, it's about seeing the cup half full or half empty. Here, this is the gate of spirit. This is about the awareness of spirit, how you perceive what you are experiencing. Is the glass half full or half empty? This is the mood you are experiencing in the moment and which you need to honor. You need to be in the mood to work, play, eat, love, be social or alone, as your mood determines what is correct for you in the moment. That's how you're going to vibrate and attract the money. It's really about your feeling. So how do you feel about money? This is why my next point here, focus on the feeling of having or not. Otherwise, you will block it. So when you think about money and you think you want to have money, you want to make money, you want to have more in your life, you want money, how does it feel? That's my first question to you. When you think about money and you want to have money, how does it feel? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it feel uncomfortable? Does it feel, wow, yeah, I'm excited. I like the idea of having more. How does it feel? That's really the first step. And that's how we're going to start healing the wound that we have from generation and generation with money. Does it make sense? So how does it feel? Maybe you're going to feel, oh, no, you think about money and oh, it doesn't feel really good because you don't see the money on the bank accounts, because you're focusing on the glass half empty. You're focusing on the lack of it. So what are you vibrating? Remember, first things, money is a frequency. It's an energy. It has its own specific vibration, which is just matching whatever you put out in the world. If you put a lack, money is like, oh, okay, well, it's a lack. So we're going to bring lack money to him, less money to him. But if you vibrate, oh, it's good, I want more, I'm comfortable, I like it, money is like, oh, finding its way to you, right? For that. So that was the language. Keep in mind, this is very subjective. That's my own personal experience. It doesn't mean this is the exact recipe, okay? Healing the wound. This is what I did personally and I still do today. What does money represent for you? And I'm going to give you a moment to do that, and we're going to do it together. What does money represent for you? What does it represent? What it is? And so what is money? Who are the rich people for you? What does it mean to be rich for you? What was your parents' relationship to the money? What are your beliefs around money? How is your environment with money? So the people around you, the people you hang out with, what are you seeing? You know, and acknowledge your inner cycle. So we're going to do this later. But all those questions, I really would like to invite you to take a moment right now to look at the screen, to grab your paper, and to start, slowly writing things down. And we're going to take, 5-10 minutes to look at that and take a moment, start writing things down. And I'm going to put a little bit of music so we feel a little bit inspired to do this. So let me go here on all my my music stuff up and find something that okay, let's see this one maybe. Up, and I'm going to share the sound. Let's see. Yeah, is it good music? There we go. Here, and I leave you on that. So what does money represent for you? So it's not too loud. What is money? Who are the rich people? For me, it was like, all rich people are assholes, oh, rich people are so bad and they are, you know, robbers and escrow and what is money? I was like, oh, money it's not good, it's evil. Oh, money, it's the root of problems. You know, I was like, what does money represent for me? I was like, oh, it represents troubles. It represents problems. You know, it's kind of the thing that, you know, came in my mind when I started doing that. What was my parent relationship with money? Actually, what I did, I went to my parents and I asked my dad, Dad, what do you think about money? And he was like, money, well, it doesn't grow on the tree. I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, so I wrote down everything that my dad said about money. He was like, yeah, it's not important. I don't like it. Oh, it's, you know, if you want to be rich, you have to be a robber. You need to rob people and you need to, because that was his belief. I was like, okay. And then I went to ask my mom, Mom, what do you think about money? And she couldn't even say what. She was like, well, you need to save it. You really need to save it and don't spend it because you never know if you're gonna have enough. You know, so my mom was strongly believing that spending money was bad and that I needed to save it all the time. So she was very scared of spending. That's why for so long when I was buying something for myself, like a new shirt or a new CD, I was feeling guilty. So I'll let you work on this for a little while. Take your time. That was some example that I shared with you. Chat. Bruno, what do I mean by a green light and red light? I'm going to share with you right after. It's a little exercise that is nice to do. Let's see. What's the next music? Let's see. Maybe another music. You guys want a little bit more time? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see this one. Up. It's a good one. Okay. A little bit more time. Try to dig a little bit more, and then you can always go back doing this. I'm actually writing a few things as well, so I can share a little bit with you. you guys need more time? We're good? All right, here's what we're gonna do now. And I really invite you to do it. You know, then if you don't want, it's you. But what I suggest you is you're gonna grab everything that you wrote. So see, I wrote really a lot of things too, and you're just gonna go through it, and you're gonna close your eyes. You're gonna read it and close your eyes and try to feel, to observe, to witness how does it feel in your body. And then you open your eyes, you read it, but you say it loudly. You say it loudly so you can hear yourself. No one else is hearing you. So, you know, take advantage. That's the beauty of being on Zoom. You just mute yourself. No one is hearing. And you're just saying loudly and you see how it feels in your body. And then if it doesn't feel good, just, you know, cycle it. Put a cycle around. So that's where you want to focus because that's where the wound is. Okay? So I give you a little bit more time and do this. I'm going to do the same. Okay. You guys still here with me? Yeah. Oh, we lost a lot of people. Well, maybe they are busy. They went somewhere else. That's fine. Do you like it, by the way? Yeah. It's good, huh? So let me share with you so far what and I really would love to hear also. Let's keep the music in the background because it's pretty cool. Okay, what do you guys have for what does money represent to you? Do you want me to start so I can give you some example of what I wrote, or someone want to start? I really invite you, if you want to start, if you feel sharing, I really invite you. Just unmute yourself and
Ben?
Yes?
It's Charlotte. So for the first question, what does money represent? For me, it's freedom and opportunity.
Oh, I wrote the same. Nice. The first word I put, opportunity. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Anyone else? Bruno?
More options.
Oh, yeah, options. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Sean, do you want to?
Yeah, the first word I wrote was freedom.
Freedom. Yeah. I wrote that too. I wrote what does money represent? I said opportunity, flexibility, possibilities of giving back, joy, freedom. I also wrote fresh, big breath. So like breathing, you know, the really the possibility of breathing, accomplishment of purpose. I also say a connection to source and surrendering. My biggest things, learning the journey of money and healing my wound, it was when I read the book Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks, Esther and Jerry Abraham Hicks. And she was like, it's really allowing source to pour into you. What I realized with people so far during those 10 years of working with myself and people is we really have a hard time to accept help, to allow actually people to help us, or to allow source energy to help us, to be vulnerable. And that was a very interesting thing with money. It's basically allowing abundance to come. That's for the first things. So you guys can see how you can do this exercise. We're not gonna go too far on it, but I invite you to do it on your own. Unless you have questions, comments, or observation right now, I'm happy to continue. But if not, I'm gonna give you one or two more examples, and then we go to the next step.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Sean.
And it ties back to what you were talking about a little bit ago with the body graph in the 14 in gate 14. That's my unconscious son, and I have it in the 6th line. And I guess I'm just interested in a perspective. You had pointed out that I think the line was wealth. God's will.
Yeah, it's humility, the 6th line. Yeah.
So the enlightened recognition that material success is God's will. And so I guess when I was doing the exercise and I'm considering the questions, who are the rich people? And it kind of brought me to this place where we have this stigma, or this idea that, you know, there's a lot of negative energy or ideas surrounding this concept of the 1% or of wealthy people. And reflecting on that makes me think that, well, wait a second, like these people enjoy their wealth, you know, it's God's will that they've achieved this level of financial abundance. And therefore is the hate that's directed towards them unjustified?
Yeah, it's very, very good point. Like, look at what I said. First, when I started to answer the question, so who are the rich people? I wrote like, oh, they are joyful people, they are aligned with their purpose, or, you know, they have reached abundance and they know how to receive, you know, they know how to receive. They don't feel guilty of receiving. I say they claim what is there, you know, so that they just claim it. Oh, that's for me. I claim it, I receive it. They practice the game of allowing source to flow through them. So the fully surrendering. And then you know, when we did close the eyes and I was saying it out loud and trying to feel, and then, you know, I started to actually feel like weird. And then straight I catch myself and I was like, wait a second, are you Ben being a hypocrite? What is my son? 10-6. What is the detriment? The hypocrite. I was like, oh, wait a second, Ben, are you playing hypocrite here? Wait a second, are you avoiding confrontation and truth about your own beliefs? Are you trying to manifest something that is not real, Ben? And then I wrote down, rich people are empty. They have no soul. They're lying to themselves. You know, they have no purpose. They have resentment. They are frustrated people. Wait a second, is it how I'm feeling right now? Oh, you know, I actually feel empty sometimes. You know, I mean, I do love human design, but today I really feel my big joy is to go into music. Am I lying to myself? Kind of, because I'm trying to figure out how to make money by playing music. Remember what I said at the beginning? Forget about the how. Otherwise, that will keep you broke. You know? So what do I get? Resentment. Oh, I have resentment. Oh, I'm frustrated. I don't use my sacral energy. I mean, I love design. Don't get me wrong. I love doing what we do with human design. But slowly, I start feeling, I want to go to music, you know? So it was interesting to simply write down those things. See?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very good comment. Thanks, Sean. Yeah. Yeah. All right. And anything else to add on that? So obviously, I really invite you to dig deeper on all of those questions. And this is the recipe. So the recipe, you dive into those questions, you write it down, then you close your eyes, you say it loudly, you close your eyes, you see how you feel about it, and then, you know, you go back and you try to write it down, you see again if you feel good about it, and, you know, you keep adjusting your feelings, okay? And then that will give you really the wound, or that will give you really the joy. All right. So look at also all your beliefs around money. You know, what are your beliefs? I remember for so long, what did I say? Yeah, so today I shifted the beliefs, but for so long it was like, I'm scared of spending it because if I spend it, it will not come back to me. So today I have a belief that, oh, it's always coming back to me. Even if I spend it, it's always coming back to me. So I really changed it, you know. But one of my beliefs that was from my mom, that's why the question, what was your parents' relationship to the money? It's so important. And my mom really poured that into me for so long. So if you still have your parents, I hope you do, because it's always nice to have our parents around us. Go ask them, you know, and then maybe ask them, what was the relationship with money with the grandparents? What did they hear at the house with their grandparents? And my dad told me, well, you know, your grandpa, he was really working hard, and you have to work hard, you know, if you want to get money. Life is difficult, and you know, so that's how I grew up, believing that I need to work hard to have some money, right? And how is your environment with money? So this is mostly about the people you hang out with. If you stay, I guess you all know that, but if you stay with 5 broke people, you will end up broke. You're basically the average income of your 5 best friends. So look who is around you, and that will tell you your income. So if you want to raise up your vibration around money, you have to hang out and stay with people who do not have any problems with money, who are comfortable talking about money, who are comfortable saying that they want to make 100 grand this year, or they want to reach 500,000 this year, or they are excited of making this deal and making a 10,000 deal. And, you know, you want to have people that are really excited about money and they don't have problems with making money. Otherwise, you're going to create this kind of like competition. And if you make more money and you practice this allowing abundance to come, and you have people who have a lot of blockages, they're going to start having resentment towards you, because they're going to project on you their own limiting beliefs. And then you're going to go into doubt and all of that. And then, you know, then you go back into your old patterns. Does it make sense? So your environment is very, very important. For that, acknowledge your inner cycle. So you take a piece of paper, you draw a column. I think I share many times this exercise with you. So you draw a column. So you divide your paper in two sides. And on one side, you're going to put the green lights. And on the other side, you're going to write down the red lights. And then you're going to list in those two columns the name of people who are green for you, which is people who empower you, people who have the same vision as you, people who want the same things, people who encourage you, people who, you know, keep lifting you up, people that you love sharing dreams with them, all of that. That's the green lights. You want to spend more time with those people. And on the other side, you're going to write down the red light. And the red light is basically, if you go hang out with someone, and when you're done hanging out with the person and you leave, you feel depleted, you feel depressed, you feel exhausted, you feel you don't have energy anymore, that's a red light. They are not lifting you up. They are not empowering you. So all the red lights are basically people who are just, they're going to tell you, you can't do that, or this is stupid, or you're not smart enough. They're not good for you right now. Also keep in mind, green people at some point can become red people, and red people at some point, they can become green. So you always want to do this like every 6 months. That's what I do. Every 6 months, I do a little checkup, who is around me, and I observe and I adjust based on what I can see. It also goes back to, who do you listen to? The first basic. Who are you listening to? It's very important. Questions, comments, observation. Bruno, how did you change your beliefs? Well, doing this, Bruno, for real, I changed my beliefs by doing that. What does money represent for me? What is the money? Who are the rich people? Basically, journaling, writing. And then I'm going to share with you the most amazing exercise that I did. And that was like the turning point for me. The way I changed all my beliefs with money, it was to write a letter to money. Like money is a physical person. I wrote a letter to her and I started, dear money. And then I started to write, dear money. And I started to be like so pissed off and to yell at the money. I started to be like, fuck, why are you not coming into my life? Why I'm so struggling? Why it's so hard to not have the money? Why I'm always stressed? Like, why are you doing that to me? Why, you know? So I was really like showing like anger. And remember, there's no bad feelings. There's no wrong feelings. Your feelings can be used as a fuel to change, to that's what your feelings can be used for. So what I started to do, hi Tom, glad you're here with us. What I started really to do is that to write this letter to the money and to speak to money like money was a person. And first, I started to yell. So what you can do is to break down your letter in 3 steps. The first step is like, you're just gonna be completely irresponsible. You're gonna play the victim. So you're gonna yell at the money. You're gonna be, fuck this, this is not my fault, fuck you. You want to put it out. You don't want to have this inside of you anymore. So you really want to put it out, be the victim, you know, yell at the money. Then you want to go into forgiveness. So the second step, it was for me to forgive, to really forgive my relationship with money and to forgive myself. So it was really to ask for forgiveness and to say, I'm so sorry that, you know, I've been wasting my money sometime, that I haven't been mindful and respectful. And I'm so sorry for all what I said. You hurt me, I've been really hurt, and it's difficult for me. And I started to go into the vulnerability. So like a conversation with money, to be vulnerable on how really I was feeling with the lack of money, with not being able to meet the end, you know, at the end of the month. Those of you who don't know, but I lived in England, and in England, I had a really rough time at the beginning. You know, I was homeless. I was struggling a little bit, and then, you know, people have been helping me, and I find places to stay and to live, etc. But some days I couldn't have food. You know, I really couldn't have food. It was difficult. So I did all of those exercises. And then the third part, it's like empowering. So you go into a victimization, you go into a forgiveness, and then you go into an empowerment of simply building a relationship, asking for a relationship. So I started to write down, I really want to create trustful relationship with you. I really want to create an intimate relationship with the money. I want to be respectful and mindful the way I'm spending my money. I want to start doing, I want to make a step towards you. And for that, I say, starting from today, every time that I'm going to pay or buy something, I'm going to say thank you. So today, every time that I use some money, I say thank you. I say like, oh, thank you. May this money come back to me multiple times as fast as possible. That's what I say every time that I pay. So I'm like, oh, thank you for this money. Oh, I'm so grateful that I have this money to pay. Wow, thank you. May it come back to me multiple times as fast as possible. So that's what I wrote down. I say to the money, I'm going to create a relationship with you. And if you're okay, I want to give you back. I want to give you energy every time I use you. Okay, so that was really my life-changing game, to write a letter to money. And when you have your letter, what I did, this is really up to you, subjective, so you can do whatever you want. You grab the paper, and I went on a full moon or on a new moon. I don't remember what it was, but it was like full moon or new moon. I went outside, burned the letter, and I put some sage, and I had a good cry. I really had a good cry. I felt it. Energetically, something was lifted. Okay. I also invite people sometime, if you want to just post it. That's what I did the second time. Actually, no, the first time I posted it, and the second time I burned it. So I did this 2 times. The first time, you know, I don't know the name in English, but I did that, you know, I like a up, you know, and I put it into an envelope. And on the envelope, I wrote to the money, the universe, and I just put it in a letterbox. That was my symbolism. You know, it was like an energetic symbolistic, you know. So the symbol was just, I send this into the universe. And believe it or not, 3-4 days after, I was signing a client for 3,000. So a 3-month coaching for 3,000. And I was like, wow. And a few weeks after, I did the exercise again because I shared that with him. So I did the exercise again for myself. And then I burned it, and I had again a good cry. And since this day, I almost never, ever lack of money. Sometimes my bank account can really be close to 0, but I'm not freaking out because I know it's coming back to me. So I've been seeing, you know, the bank going like almost zero, going up, almost zero, going up, but I always feel good because I know it's just coming back. All right. Tom, we just did an hour already, so you're jumping in the middle. That's fine. Maybe you were busy, but welcome, welcome. I think that's it. Is any questions, comments, observation, guys, about all the process that I shared with you? And Bruno, is it helpful? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What we can do is because we have Tom as well with us. Thank you, Bruno. Awesome. Amelie, awesome. You love it. Yeah, cool. Then we can go back eventually a little bit to the body graph, and we can also talk about money based on the body graph. So let me finish those two last things, share with you, and then we can go back on the body graph and we can take more questions. So another things that I realized with myself, and this is very personal, so, you know, fine if it resonates with you or not, but what I find is that all of us, we have three guilt with money. We feel guilty about something. And so far, I was asking everyone in my family, you know, how do you feel about money? What money represent for you? You know, I was really going and asked to everyone. I mean, I was 26, 27. So, you know, I was still in my third line trying to figure things out. So I was in my third line going to ask everyone, what's money for you? And what I realized so far, those three guilts. The first guilt for me with money was about asking for money. When we are entrepreneur, healer, coaches, whatever, self-employed, the first guilt was to ask for money. That's why we do everything for free. That's why so many people asking to be paid for their services is difficult. Why? If I get rejected, if people reject me, facing the rejection, facing the no was really hard. What if people don't love me because I'm asking to be paid? So again, it goes back to love. It was really about being loved. I was so scared of asking money. I was so scared asking to be paid because I didn't want people to reject me, to not love me anymore. So that's fine. I'm going to do it for free. I'm going to do everything for free, you know? And here we can see the open ego, and we can also see a generator that is working for free because he's loving what he does. And it goes to the second guilt, which is the second guilt with money is really about getting paid for doing what we love. It is so huge today in our society that we need to work hard and suffer to get paid. It's okay to be paid for doing something we hate because we associate something bad with doing something we don't like. This is purely Christian. This is purely religious. What the religion say? You know, if you enjoy doing something is a sin. Oh, you shouldn't. You should suffer. You should be a martyr this life. And then you will get redemption in the next life. You know, in this life, you're going to suffer. So we deeply associate that. I deserve this money. I kill myself at work. I work so hard, so I deserve to be paid. No one's going to question it. I mean, you ask any person who is employed, if they don't like their job, they're not going to do this for free. There will be, there's no way I work for free. I deserve my paycheck. But at the moment they are doing something they love, most of the time people are like, no, that's fine. I'm not going to be paid. It's not important. Where is your relationship here with money? Every time you say no to be paid for something you love, basically what you are sending in the universe is that you don't respect the money. Is that you're telling the money, oh, it's not important. It's like saying fuck to money. Money is like, let me provide abundance to you by doing something that you love, and you say fuck it by not taking it. What is the first thing I shared at the beginning? Money comes from the joy of purpose. Not joy and purpose come from money. When you are in alignment with your joy of purpose, we have so much joy. I mean, Tom and I, we're doing this because we love it so much. And then when money comes, we're not going to say no to it. We're taking it. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate. But we're not going to limit someone who cannot offer our service because we have joy. So we're going to, it's okay. We can work with something else. What else I say here? Money is one of the many physical manifestation of abundance, but we can get paid in so many different ways. Can you see here the point? So can you see the second guilt? The second guilt is usually we feel guilty to get paid doing what we love because we associate, we need to work hard, it has to be painful, so I deserve to get paid. But this is personal. So you guys can find, what is your own guilt. And the third one with money, for me, was about earning more than my parents. They sacrificed themselves for me, so they may not gonna love me anymore if I make more money than them. That was a big guilt. So I was self-sabotaging myself to not make more money than my parents. And I remember when I was in the military, or even before the military, I was a ski patrol, and I was making like $1,800 a month at the age of 17, 18 years old. And my mom, after working 35 years in the same company, she was only making $1,900 a month. And she was like, I don't believe it. You only 18 years old and you're skiing the whole day and you're doing nothing and you're making the same amount of money. This is so unfair and blah, blah, blah. She was putting so much guilt on me. All right. So another key element here that I figured it out, that was to look at the guilt. Why I was blocking money. It's because I was feeling guilty of those three things. And then what I did, same. Later, I wrote my letter to money. I wrote a letter on all those things. Basically, while I'm writing, I did my tapping, I breath, I cry, I let it go. I asked it for the highest guidance to help me to purge and to let go. And boom, that was clear. Today, believe me, if I want to ask for money, I'm going to ask, and I'm not going to give things for free. If I feel giving for free, I will. I'm happy. I'm not going to be guilty getting paid doing what I love. And you know what's funny? I'm supposed to go play music this weekend in a festival. And when they asked me, we're going to pay you, the first things that came out of my mouth, I was like, oh, no, that's fine. I love playing music. How funny. First thing that I say, I didn't even realize. And then I was like, Ben, you're an idiot. Why you say that? They're going to pay you to play music. Yes. Yeah, okay, pay me. Right? So funny. Last things. Selling is serving. Remember, you are a spiritual entrepreneur. That's kind of like what we are, spiritual entrepreneur. You are here to put out the best version of yourself. And when you put the best version of yourself, you basically become an outer authority for someone, and you can be a source of wisdom. You can be a wisdom potential for someone. So we are like spiritual entrepreneur. And we go out as spiritual entrepreneur, and we are selling the best version of who we are by expressing ourselves. 8 hexagram holding together the gate of contribution, pointing towards the first hexagram, which is the creative role model. When you are this creative role model, you're just selling yourself. And when you sell yourself, you serve. You're in service with humanity. So that's your role. It's all about, what do you give back to the world? Love what you do and do what you love. And a little mantra that I have is, love is my currency. The more love I share with the world, the more money I'm worthy to receive. Because love is my currency. That's my currency. The more I give love to people, I share love, I share with joy, with excitement, with love. That's my currency. So I get paid in money. That allow me to continue to do what I love doing. Does it make sense to you, folks? So the last things that I share, and then open floor, just be. That's it. Just be yourself. That's it. And when you are yourself, everything aligns perfectly. So really just be yourself. Going back to the body graph, when you are yourself, your profit is through the open centers. So you can make profits. You can actually live out your purpose. You can actually discover what is here for you, the position in your node that was given to you. Look at what I'm like. How do I make money today? Through my node. What are my node? Crisis and conflict. That's what I'm dealing with. Returning to the innocence, healing the body. Love, healing, you know, it's all about healing, crisis, conflict. I am being myself. I'm preventing people, look, to avoid confrontation and truth with themselves. I'm telling them, I'm shocking them, I'm initiating them to go back to the innocence so they can find again the right behavior for them and they can get back into their own rhythm. Simply by being yourself, you're going to be paid for being yourself. You're going to be rewarded for being yourself. Does it make sense? And believe me, I'm so glad I figured this out pretty early in my life. You know, I'm so glad. Yeah. All right. Any questions, comments, observations so far? Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Emily. Yeah. Tom, is anything you would like to say about you know, the money? I started the class with sharing with everyone the stream of the entrepreneur, the capitalism here. We didn't talk too much about it, but I really started with that money is deeply, deeply spiritual. We talk about the 14 hexagram and we went through the 6th line. So everyone saw that and the gate 54. But yeah, if there's anything, you know, from your experience you would like to share, to say, and please feel free.
Well, thank you very much, Ben. I'm sorry I missed most of the class, but I'll listen to the recording. Well, I had a very interesting experience with money all my life. I came from people that were working class. They didn't have a lot of money. Their riches were their children. They were extremely happy with all the kids they had. I don't think they ever figured out what was causing it. They were Catholics. My mother she brought 7 of us into the world and was pregnant 10 times. So I had a very, very different experience with money. Money to me just seemed like it wasn't there, but it was always available. Now I have a defined ego. So when I got into the world, I mean, I was making 3 times the amount of money my father made just as a 20-year-old person. I had the same experience you had, okay? And my parents were thrilled for me. They weren't upset about that. They thought it was the greatest thing in the world, you know? And I always did think for my parents, and so money was kind of a non-issue for me all my life. I've lived on both sides of the coin. I like both sides, okay? But for me, there's many, many ways to get paid. Monetary pay is only one of those forms of payment. And while you need a certain amount of monetary payment, that's incredibly important. What I need more than anything is to feel good at the end of the day about the service I've provided, about people appreciating what I've done. You know, I'm a 6th line 4037 is all about, was it a good bargain? You know, and I always had very high principles around money, but I never struggled with it until recently. And I'm not really struggling with it because I don't really know how to say what I want to say about that. You know, right now I'm okay in terms of money. I've never been wealthy. I've never cared to be wealthy, but I've lived very well my whole life. So I don't know, you know, defined ego doesn't have anything to prove. I know my worth, but I get my worth based upon the smiles on people's face as much as the money they may send me. So it's a balance for me. It's a balance for me. I feel like I've always had a fairly healthy relationship with money, whether I had it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But my shadow work I might have to do is I never concern myself with how much money someone has.
Mm-hmm.
I might be rather disappointed with how they got it and what they choose to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be some shadow thing in me that I would look at. And I'm going to listen to the whole class and see if that, you know, if that comes up. But I never felt guilty about money. I never felt that there was a great lack of money. There was a lot of people a lot more wealthy than the family I came from, but they were no happier. So I don't know. I just didn't have a big charge with money. I guess maybe that's the defined ego.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the entrepreneurial stream, where the mirror side of it is the mystical stream, you know, and the 4037 is the mirror to the 4426. The most beautiful thing I've ever heard about the 4426, Ben said it. He said it is a design of mutual success. I'd never heard anybody say that before. And that really lit me up. I like that, okay? And, you know, Ben and I do a lot that, you know, we do it because we love doing it. We're not making a mint doing it. We're doing it because we love doing it. If we're supported in it, that's beautiful and wonderful. But for me, it's really more about the service that we're doing. And if you look at Ben, you know, he was very, very accurate in talking about his sun earth, both conscious and unconscious, and his nodes, conscious and unconscious. You know, he's got the cross of service. He's got the cross of the plane. He's got the cross of love. And that's exactly what he does. He wants to, and you know, Ben, like we get caught up in the whole, what our parents' trip about money is. And we have to kind of overcome that particular trip. But once again, we just didn't have that much of a money trip. We were more concerned about whether we were happy or not. So that's my experience.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks.
Anyone? Questions, comments, observation? By the way, I hope you like those those little webinars, and I want to do more. So what I'm feeling doing is that when I feel inspired, and instead of, you know, scheduling something and trying to be on a schedule in the hub, I'm going to try to simply being very spontaneous. And when I feel inspired, I will just create a webinar. I'll do it. Whoever is available, show up, and I will always record everything and then put it in the hub. So for everyone. So, you know, if it happens that you are in the hub at this time and you feel joining, boom, you join. And then I can demonstrate what it means to have the 15-5. So to really pull everyone into the flows, and you guys will feel it. At some point, if we are all really connected, you're gonna feel, oh, I may check what's happening in the hub right now, and you're gonna see that I'm actually doing something. So I guess it's a cool idea.
Cross of service in action.
Yeah.
Man likes to be of service. I like to be of service as well. It's something great, beautiful.
Yeah,
it's the way we're going to get where we're going in the future. We all get in a boat, paddle in the same direction, take care of one another on the journey.
Exactly. So that's why, yeah, thanks, Tom, for saying that. But that's why, and Charlotte asking me, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, but you guys, you know, can really do that. If at any point you feel inspired and you want to create a little class, you want to put a Zoom link, you want to gather with whoever is available in the Zoom, in the hub, just do it. You know, whoever is available, boom, you put the link, tag, people join. Maybe I will be on my phone and see, oh, someone is doing something. I jump on it, you know, about being in the flow. I really want to be more spontaneous and try to let go of the mind schedule. So we can, when we feel inspired, we can just show up and, you know, it's here. Awesome. All right. Any more questions, comments, observation? Bruno, all good? Was it helpful? Yeah. Zita, Mylène, Amélie, Charlotte, yeah. Sean. If you have questions, you can always comment, on, because I'm going to put the recording, so you can always leave comments. You can always text me in the hub. I'm very, very happy to help. I really want everyone to just, be wealthy and happy. And so, yeah. Cool. Thank you. All right. Well, I think if we all good, that's it for today. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Ben.
Thanks a lot for
Of
everyone.
course. Yeah, of course. All right. Well, see you next Sunday for transit, and hopefully we won't have an internet problem, the computer problem. that was very hilarious. All right. See you everyone on Sunday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Love you.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
That's fun.